Yo, there we go. Nice. Hey, what's up, people? Seku-Senpai here. I thought my door was wide open, man. had me scared. Oh man, you know how embarrassing that would be, man. But yo, what's up, people? Seku-Senpai here. Hello, people. Seku-Senpai here. How's it going? I know it's been a while. It's been a while. It's only been 2 months since I last streamed anything, but it's been 8 months since I streamed something with Umineko? What? And here I am 8 months later here to actually finish up. Well, I mean, I finished the storyline. This is just bonus content I've been wanting to get to doing that I just haven't done yet. Oh, good. Okay, everything's looking good over here. But yeah, I know it's been 8 months. What happened in between that time? First of all, it took me forever to get over the ending of episode 8. What was it? End of the Golden Witch? Literally the ending. That ending really, man, it really hit me in the feels. Like when I first played it or read it, and I like, dang, the end of the journey. But it's like a week later, I was like, dang, it's really done. I'm wearing my computer glasses, by the way. I'm going to take these off in a bit. I had these on for a bit now. But that's number one. It just took me a while to get over, because it was like 15 months of like dedicating your time to this lengthy storyline full of all these interactions, genres, locked room murders, characters. So much went down in those 15 months. It was really fun, and I also want to thank anyone who tuned in for those streams, or whoever goes back to check those out. First of all, but that was really great. I had fun with that. Then what happened afterwards? It took me forever to figure out how to download Umineko Saku, and to be honest, I still haven't figured out how to download Umineko Saku. I'm going to be doing this by watching. What is it? Someone actually has like a whole like thing on YouTube. First is Our Confession, then it's The Last Note of the Golden Witch, which I'm planning on checking out on Tuesday. I plan on checking that out. Today we're going to check out Our Confession. Because I just couldn't do it. I tried everything. I downloaded it like 15 times in the past like 8 months. I gave up at one point because I got ticked off. I tried it like earlier this week. After checking out Silver Project, Witch's Promise, which check that out, y'all, if you haven't checked out the video on the channel. That looks like a really cool fan project with Umineko. Shout out to the creator. They actually commented on my video, but which that made my day. But I tried downloading it again earlier this weekend. It just didn't. I got ticked off, so I was like, okay, let me do it this way. It's the only way I'm going to be able to view it. It's the only way I'm going to be able to put this out on the channel. So, shout out to Lamb the Delto for this video that you have on YouTube. So yeah, anyways, let's get this going, get this rolling. Let me make sure everything else is looking good for now. Where's my Umineko scene? Man, I was a little nervous about stream because I was like, oh my gosh, is everything going to look alright? Is everything going to be alright? And I was like, yo, I'm a streaming veteran, man. I say it like I stream all the time. I haven't streamed in months. Oh man, last stream I did do was what? It was in July, and I was streaming Heaven's Feel. I was streaming Fate. Which, speaking of Fate, I'm actually going to be doing some Fate streams as well. Well, not Fate streams. I plan on checking out Witch on the Holy Night, which is also by Type Moon. I plan on checking that out soon. But for now, let me actually take off these glasses. No glasses mode right now. I'll put them back on if my eyes start hurting, which is the only reason I had the glasses on. But, yo, man, it's weird going through Umineko like this. But, hey, at least it's content, you know. I've never seen the opening for this one, and I don't know which one it is. I saw these two videos, and I was like, is it the minute and 34-minute one, or is it the 2-minute one? I think I'm going with the one with the most views. Hold up. Oh, yo, that song was bumping. Oh, let me put up, there you go. Now y'all can hear it too. Hopefully. Yeah. 07 expansion. Hey. realize my quality is at like 360p. Let's bump this up. There we go. Hey! The journey. Hey! Oh, those are the new characters for this. 7 Sisters. I like the different groups and different squads that we got to meet. Anji with that legendary shot, doing that backflip off the roof. Hey, I know this song from O's. Oh man, man, jeez. Hey, well they have like a thorn thing there. What? Oh, interesting. Dang, I didn't know this song was. I only knew this song from O's. That's why it's like da 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 da. I was like, wait, this sounds familiar. What? I like the whole sequence though, man. They went crazy with that game CG animation transitions section. I like that. Then what the heck is that other opening? What is this one? Before I actually get into it, I'll start in a second, y'all. For those who are just like, yo, dang, this dude just keeps talking. I know. I'm a chattermouth. But hey, that's why I like streaming. I get to talk as much as I want. Oh man, my videos on YouTube. Why do you think I edit my videos on YouTube? Man. Okay, Beatrice. Hey, I like this, showing them as the different pieces on the chessboard. Okay. Hey, on the other side. All of deaths. Hey. Wait, who's the I'll get back to that in a second. That melody kind of reminds me of the opening to Higurashi Sotsu, the second one for a second. Ooh, who the heck is that? Yeah, hey, the chessboard. Yo, I like that like analogy with opening animations with that too. Yo, pirate. Pirate Rika. Erica. Oh man, whoever edits these, yo, whose job is it to edit these openings? They're really well made. Okay, let me not make this like a reaction. I'm doing opening reactions. Let's get this rolling, everyone. Our confession. Why is my quality so low on everything? Yeah, 1080p this. Our confession, even though this whole stream is in 720, because if I do 1080, my stream's gonna lag. I could probably do something with my settings. I haven't figured out that stuff yet, but anyways, our confession. Good morning. Even though the farewell party is over, you are still here? Since it's you, the one who kept us company for so long, I think it might be fine to show you even this. What will the difficulty be? That depends on Beatrice's love. Hey, Beatrice, I've been showing you love for almost 2 years exactly. Crazy, it has almost been 2 years since I started Umineko, but let's get this going. Yo, that creaking of the door will always be nostalgic to me. Check the volume, make sure it's not too loud or too quiet. What up, Bito? Renove. Delanor. Delanor came to visit? She said, as you were saying. Oh yeah, by the way, I have no context to what our confession is about. So I'm going into this kind of blind. I know it does have to do with the whole like games and what like with the building blocks of how the games were made and whatnot, something like that. I don't know. I think that's what it is. Something like that. Hello, welcome to the stream. Renove with them cookies and children and what, tea? Was that what she said? Don't know, curious. Okay, we're going to see the whole creative process. Bito pushed her way through the pile of manuscripts on top of her desk and pulled out a single bundle. It was the manuscript for the new game, revised countless times with various notes and tabs attached. It emanated a kind of dignified presence. Delanor gave a bow and accepted it. Then, amidst the tea vapors as Renove set the table, she turned over the front cover. I feel that. That means you get an overall idea. Pause this for a second. I forget that I have that sound effect for subscribers. Yo, appreciate the sub. Wait, let me go back. What is she saying? It should be in the reading. Okay. Hey, I mean, is what it is. You wanted to read it. No point in complaining now. Oh, that's true. Them play testers, they play the game before it's the full version. I wonder how it's like being an editor for stuff like. Yeah, people like some React channels have people who edit their videos. Man, imagine they haven't even watched the series yet. Man. Bito made a roguish smile, and Delanor returned the same expression. Delanor had her hands the so-called unfinished manuscript. No, it was truly an unformed thing on its way to becoming a manuscript with a plot in the middle of its construction mixed in. Hey, June Jace! Hello! Yo, how's it going? Welcome. Nice to see you. Nice to see you join. If we were to use Bito's style of speech, it's just as if it was a milky form of ice cream before it was frozen. Oh. No, it's probably even less complete than that. It's still egg yolk, milk, and raw egg cast into a bowl and at the height of its mixing stage. So we have all the ingredients here, but we have yet to see the final result, essentially. Delanor got her glasses for this. Don't worry, Delanor, I got mine too. because even if it's in an incomplete state now, the recipe is still exposed. We can see the precious other side of it, the side we can never see from a completed story. Those able to see this are only the witch who wrote the tale herself and the few observers she allows, aka us. This is the unfinished manuscript, in a muddy chaos soup state before it becomes ice cream. In fact, it's missing the narrative development characteristic of a story. It's not even complete as any kind of reading material. However, even so, the Endless Witch, Beatrice's secret recipe, yet discerning by knowing, is recorded upon it. To a chef, their recipes and their kitchen are sacred ground.
Evac_Brandon just followed.
What the heck? I have like a voice for followers? Hey, that's kind of cool. Welcome to joining. Appreciate that. Oh, man. I forget there's like so many things to stream with streams now. With Twitch now, they add some stuff over there. But however, for those who admire delicacies, this is also forbidden honey that no one can resist. Huh. Oh, so thanks for the follow, Evac Brandon. This is not an example. Hey, Featherine. This is not an example of one of Bito's interests. But we could instead say it's an example of one of Featherine's. From here on, what is recorded is the cat's guts. From here on, turning the pages means spitting the cat's stomach and killing it. To love the cat, then kill it and enjoy it again. Those were Borkenstell's words, but they were originally uttered by Featherine. So I inquire thee. That, first of all, that's brutal. Doth thou kill the cat or not? Et tu, Bruto? There's a Brutus, I don't know. The ancient Featherine has regretted splitting the stomachs of and killing thousands of tails. And in the relationship of irreversibility between knowing and not knowing, she even likened not knowing that of a noble virginity. Thus I ask you again, doth thou kill the cats or not? Beyond lies the inside of the cat's stomach. Oh, so you'd get a choice and you would choose. Interesting. Okay. Interesting selection process. So you'd have the kill option. I'm assuming there's also the don't option, which we'll go through afterwards. Cool. Saint Oni-san is the best anime. It's an anime about me and we enter our confession. Accomplices. This time, let's make Kuras and Natsu into accomplices. But Natsu has a lot of pride, so even if I flash an enormous sum of money in front of her, it's hard to imagine that she'd easily be partnered to a dreadful incident. That's true, considering her personality. It's kind of crazy how, looking back on Umineko, how much... how I was over here, I was like, oh no, I trust them. They ain't going to backstab me. They ain't no accomplice. Man, can't trust nobody. With regards to that problem, I have to corner her so she has no place to run and no margin for options. Interesting. Similar to the incident in episode, what? 5, was it? Or something? I'm trying to remember. Okay. After the typhoon starts, I secretly guide Cross and Natsu to the underground VIP room, reveal the bomb trigger, and threaten them. If they refuse, everyone dies. If they cooperate, those not sacrificed to the epitaph can come back alive. All means to connect the island to the outside have already been completely cut off. They have no way to resist. Man, talk about being forced. You really forced them. So, hey, you either listen to me or die. Oh, hold up. We're getting distracted. Okay, October 4th, past dusk. Yo, what's up? I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. You know, it's Friday. Finished a good day of work. Cleaned up my room. Get to do a nice stream to end it off with some Umineko too. And I'm having a great day, though. Thanks for asking. Hopefully you're having a great day, too. The rain and wind are getting stronger. The typhoon is already enveloping the island in earnest. There's about to be a typhoon here in a few days, actually. Or a hurricane, I think. Natsu stood frozen in front of the wide-open entrance to the secret underground staircase and underground darkness beyond. Bito said that with a composed smile. Uh-huh. Yep. Ever since his childhood, Cross believed in the existence of a secret passage and secret room that only Kinzo knew about. Excuse me. But even so, when it's brazenly right before his eyes like this, he can't enter without hesitation. And it's hard to believe, man. It is kind of eerie, too. Well, that depends. Am I going in the dark with someone else? With you? Let me chill out. What could be? Yeah, Natsuki like, it's a trap, don't go. But Cross, in his curiosity, How's volume for y'all anyways? Do I need to turn it up? While grinning broadly, Bito playfully spun. Let's see. Sword rifle heads. Oh, yeah, they have no choice. Okay, so they're right. Indeed, Cross and Natsuki had been threatened with that gun and forced here. They really don't have a choice. They had thought for certain that when they were forced here, it was to kill them in a place where no one would notice. However, now that they've been shown the secret staircase, they were beginning to think that maybe she wasn't planning to kill them. That she knew the secret underground staircase is the cause of Bito being a witch. I was looking around and came across the stream. Maybe I can help you with yours. Oh, really? Cool. I'm kind of like streaming here and there, but yo, interesting, cool. And she went out of her way to show it, so she probably has some other motive than to kill them. Nay, she must. Oh yeah, my Discord. Well, hopefully I remember my Discord is. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up on my. Is it on my profile page? I remember it was on my profile page. I might have taken it down because I got some spam over there. Spam on Discord's been crazy lately. Actually, let me hit y'all up with my link quickly. Do I even have Discord on my phone? I know it's Seku, SEKU, hashtag 42334, I think off the top of my head. I know it's Seku hashtag, I think it's 4234. I could be wrong with that. I know it's for something. It might be on my page though. It might be on my Twitch page. Cross gulped deeply, and they began to slowly descend the underground stairs. Natsuki followed behind her husband, and Bito, grinning confidently, followed after them. Terrible situation this is. The enormous pile of gold in the underground VIP room. Of course, it makes Cross and Natsuki's hearts jump, but just that wouldn't make them accomplices to some sort of dreadful incident. And so the bomb trigger was explained. Since Cross had a good understanding of Kinzo's madness, even the embellishment that Kinzo amused himself with the trigger that would blow up the whole island wasn't something that could just be laughed off. Yeah, Cross knows Kinzo crazy. It's not on my Twitch. I understand Bito's threat with the bomb, and the authority that comes with it, was something that they must made. Yeah, they were made into accomplices. Hold up. I know I have it somewhere. Is that on my YouTube? Oh wait, did I change my username? Is that why? Hold up. Well, I think I'm seeing what's going on with it. Oh wait, where is it? Twitch. Oh, Seku. Oh yeah, let me just type it in for you. I was almost right with it. Seku hashtag. That's actually almost right. That's crazy. Was it 4536? There we go. That's what it is. 4536. Okay, so I messed up the 2 and the... Man, I was almost there. Almost there. But, yo, that's my Twitch. Not my Twitch, my Discord. Hit me up there and send me your stuff, and we'll see. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Natsu, you think Kinzo is sane? Are you crazy? Where have you been? Where's she been? I can't believe Kinzo has a bomb on the island, not knowing that Kinzo's crazy self has his obsession with magic and stuff. She doubts this. Okay, I think my volume's turn it up a little bit for y'all. This. Yep, Beatrice. That's crazy though. Imagine having a bomb on your island and you just like play with it all the time. Like, wow. Is case sensitive? I figured something out on my Twitch late after the stream. Maybe there's no numbers. I'll add it to my this Twitch after the stream. By activating it, the device can at any time cause a giant explosion. Bito's explanation may not be convincing enough. In that case, Genji will be there too. If the same story comes from Genji's mouth, its credibility will sharply arise. Oh yeah, I can just do it that way too. Let me just copy your thing right there. That's actually easier. Even Genji, yep, Genji verifying. Hearing the same story from Genji, Natsuki was at a loss for words, and understandably so. On the island she had spent so many years, she was buried, yeah. Imagine that. Imagine you've been living your life, and this island, and there's been a bomb. That is a crazy revelation. They could have, at Kinzo's Slide Swim, or by some kind of coincidental accident, been in that massive explosion. Natsuki was petrified at the reality that she was still living on such an island even now. Cross explosion now or explosion 10 years later is well, maybe it might erode to some extent, but he made sure. Kinzo crazy self wanted to verify I could blow up the island whenever I want. Wow. Several hundred meters on. Everything will be decimated. Yeah, we know what that is. The thingamajig. Cross and Natsuki looked at each other. They didn't remember there being any kind of big explosion anywhere nearby. Who's gonna realize first? Shrugging her shoulders with a smile, Bito signaled to Genji to explain it to them. Genji, please inform these two. Yeah, it was a shrine, yeah. Isn't there like a name for those as well? Like what is it, Torii Gates, I think? The local shrine built on the reef just a little ways from Rokkenjima's port. Last year it was demolished by some large wave or lightning or something. They hadn't really thought about it much. But there's no way some large wave would wash away the whole shrine, let alone reef. There was a group among the servants who said purple lightning fell from the sky and smashed the shrine, or some rumor. But there's no such thing as purple lightning, much less lightning that could smash shrine and destroy a reef. Well, unless you got Naruto, you know, Chidori. Yeah, Bro saying Chidori. Oh, that's what's capitalized? That's what it was.
あの社を岩礁ごと吹き飛ばさせてもらったのよ。しかしあれほどの威力とは。社が吹き飛べば上等と思っていたが、まさか岩礁ごと吹き飛ばすとはな。人間の生み出した武器も実に恐ろしいものだぞ。
In line.
状況は理解したよ。それで、君はここへ私たちを招いて。
He's like, okay, we hear about this. What do you want?
それに対し何を求めていると言うんだね。普通ならばそれに対し金でも要求するのだと考える。
But as you can see, she got all that gold in the back.
そこに山と積まれている黄金があるように、君がお金に困っているようには到底見えん。そして私の命が目的なら。さっさと奪っているはずだ。まさかメイドの土産を気取って六軒島の秘密を聞かせてくれたわけではないと思うのだがね。
Cross tried to act as calm as possible. Certainly as every word slightly quivered, his nervousness and agitation still hadn't cooled down. Yeah, man, bro's trying to act calm and collected, knowing that there's a bomb right in front of them. Wild. Couldn't be me, man. Anyways. Okay. With a mountain of gold piled there and the story about a massive amount of explosives that could blow up the whole island. That was way too abnormal reality. Made the scene before his eyes also feel more like an event happening in the other side of the TV screen. I just accepted your friend request. In some sense, that might have let him... what? Might have let him regain his composure. Moreover, thinking more calmly, it had been declared that the means of contacting the outside world had already been severed. Furthermore, that it's also understood that the typhoon would isolate the island for a period of 2 days. There was nowhere to run. On the whim of this golden opportunity of inherited Kinzo's madness, a front Rokkenjima could be blown to smithereens. And they will be. How old are you? That's a little personal. No, I don't mind telling you. I am... Actually, have I ever told my age on the channel? I'm 24. Nothing to hide there. I ain't no teenager. Far from that. Yeah, I don't need to hide my age. People know how old I am. For Natsu to understand this, she would probably need to cool her head for a little while more. Oh, dang. Hey, it's not getting old, it's getting older. Hey, thanks, I appreciate it. I think it's because I also got a haircut like a month ago. Like, people say I looked young before a haircut, but ever since getting a haircut, everyone like... Ever since getting a haircut, everyone been like, dang, like someone actually at work, someone thought I was like 18 years old, a high school graduate. I was like, hey, you're way off there. Yeah, long hair. Yeah, I had an afro a month ago. Yeah, a month ago. Yeah, that's when I cut my hair. Beginning of August. It was it was big. It was big. So I thought so. Man, everyone be thinking I'm 18. I could probably pass as one, but nah. Been a teenager, not again. Well, not in a bad way, but you know, been there, done that kind of thing for me. Yeah, she's gonna strong arm you,
意外にも
man.
理解が早くて助かるぞ。
おそらくそれは断りがたいものだろう。何しろ今の私たちは島丸ごと君に人質に取られているも同然なのだからね。
その通りだ。爆発から逃れる方法は2つしかない。
Yeah.
1つはわらわしか知らない方法によって
Aboard the
次元
timer
装
only
置を
I
解除
know
するこ
of.
と。
Okay.
もう
What's the
一つは
second?
この格子の向こうの地下通路より島の反対側へ行き爆発を逃れることのみだ。見ての通りこの格子の施錠も我が手中にある。いずれの方法で生き残るにせよわらわを拒むことなどできんのだ。
分かっていると私たちも自分の命は惜しい。しかし同時に君も私たちに何らかの協力を得なければならないらしい。
Yep, she needs your cooperation. Yo, Cross is actually analyzing this actually pretty well. I mean, he knows that he's being held hostage, but he's also like, hey, you also need us for something too, you know? He'll look at it the other way, the other perspective. Chessboard thinking.
いいともクラウスよ。
Okay, cool. Yo, thanks. Yo, I'll check it out after the
そうしようでは
stream.
ないか。これは脅迫ではない。
This isn't a threat. Ah.
わらわはそなたたちの協力を得たい。
先に見返りを聞こうではないかね。
You get to live, man. It's either this or blow up with the
この黄金の
island.
山の
Like,
すべてと家族の命を保証しよう。ただし、それ以外の一切は諦めてもらうがな。
それ以外の一切という意味をもう少し詳しく伺いたい。
yeah, everything else.
そのままの
You
意味だ。
tell.
何しろ、この島のすべては吹き飛ぶのだからな。
Cross and Natsuki both were shocked at such an outrageous proposition. For a time they lost their composure, but even still, it was an offer that couldn't be refused. Cross calmed down. Calmed Natsuki, and yeah, they chilled out. He resorted that if the island were to blow up, there wouldn't be enough time to carry out the gold. Bito held out the card to the underground safe at the bank. This is what Bito had turned into cash so far. In an underground vault beneath the bank's office slept 1 billion yen stuffed to an attached case. How much is 1 billion yen? I feel like I went over this like 8 months ago. I literally said the same thing 8 months ago. What is yen to... Dang, it's only been 20 minutes? Dang, it's been 40. I've been streaming for 40, but it's only been 20 minutes of me going through this. Yen to US dollars. 1 billion? That's 00. That's million. No, that's million. So then billion would be 1, 3. So that's a lot of US dollars. Yeah. That's like, dang. Jeez. And that's only, wait, how much, so that's 1 billion. Dang, so that's how much. That's just 1 billion yen right there. And they got 10 tons of gold on top of that too. That they could also, well, they can't grab it all, like I said, because of the timing with the bomb and everything, but dang. Okay. By holding out that card, she guaranteed Cross, 1 billion. But Cross found it hard to believe that there really was 1 billion yen in that safe. But money can't buy the lives of his family. That's true. His daughter? Once again, after disputing with Natsuki, he was dispirited and worn. Yeah, your siblings? Man, really? They know 1 billion yen or the lives of your brother, his sister, his sisters, his daughter, his nephews, his nieces. I mean, if he cares that much about the servants on the island, but yeah, his family, like, dang. In exchange for his family's absolute safety, Cross reluctantly offered up his cooperation. Of course, there was self-interest too. The island being blown away would probably be treated as an accident. And along with that, without any relatives, the investigation directed at him would become unresolvable. Of course, this includes Kinzo's death too. Nearly all the troubles they bear would be gone. And even supposing there isn't 1 billion yen in the safe, there's a lot of money on Kinzo's safe life insurance plan. Dang, he was taking life insurance plan money too? Natsuki was hesitant, but for Cross it wasn't what? For Cross it wasn't a bad deal. Suppressing the guilty party of his conscience, Cross argued that there was no other way to protect Jessica. Background music, man. I forget what song this is, but it's nice. Cross and Natsuki said, completely drained. Oh, so this is probably where it's gonna interlude with that new character. Oh, no, she's talking about Battler. Okay, never mind. It seemed that on the island, on this island shut off by a typhoon, Bito wants to put on some kind of bizarre play. Their role is to obey the scenario she prepared, so that the story will stay consistent. In other words, to become characters in her play. To act and speak only in accordance with her scenario. There apparently is nothing more required of them than that. Except all other things are forbidden. In the event that her story is interfered with, the safety of Cross's family is not guaranteed. The only way to escape the giant explosion is to get far away from the mansion's grounds. The only way to do that is to escape to the opposite side of the island by the tunnel out of the underground VIP room. And that underground tunnel is blocked by a locked metal grate. Only Bito holds a key, and Bito promises that after everything is over, she will hand that key over to Cross. I mean, in the end, I'm thinking like, oh man, she'll probably betray them, which, I mean, knowing how this ends, but even then, I mean, they really have to just try. They have no choice but to try and trust her. The whole story was dangerous and shady all over. No, perhaps this was a necessary aspect for our play. She, in exchange for all the gold, was saying she wanted to help just for one last play, or perhaps slideshow. The dress of the witch portrait she wore, her whimsical smile, or perhaps joys only permitted to those who solve the mysteries of the epitaph. Cross continued to press for his family's safety, that when the promise is broken, all cooperation ceases. To that, Bito would once again say that if they didn't follow the scenario provided, not a single person would survive. Is it still... Okay, it just looks like this. While scowling at them with a crazy laugh. And with that, Cross and Natsuki had been made complacent. The cooperation of all the servants and of Nanjo had already been arranged. The preparations for the game board were now complete. And finally, the story begins. Thank you. Man, that's a whole explanation right there. I thought my screen froze. I was like, oh my gosh, please. Hey, Rudolph, man, what's up, bro?
まったくだわ。私たちは兄さんと話しに来たんじゃない。お父様と話をしに来たのよ。
Cross, man, you got played off. Cross quietly bore all the harsh words of the siblings. He couldn't do anything extraneous. He must behave in accordance with the scenario provided to him by the witch. But I mean, bro, you're already playing off the fact that bro's already dead. You know, it's really messed up when you think about it. I think I said this when I was going through episode 5 for the first time. I found out that, Kinzo's been dead the whole time. Like, that's messed up. Well, in fact, but no, actually, all the siblings already have an idea of that being the case already. So, yeah, anyways. In this scenario, he was to wait until midnight. Okay. Which was soon to be. Then they heard the chime of the banquet hall's grandfather clock. It's midnight. It's time for that witch's scenario to take motion. Yep. At midnight, there will be a knock on the door of the dining hall. And there it was. He meant to say it nonchalantly, but it came out slightly nervous. And what up, Genji? He is also a person following Beatrice's scenario.
あら、源氏さん。どうしたのこんな時間に。
ちょうどよかった。少し喉が渇いてたんや。この辺で少しお茶でももらって休憩しようやないか。
Genji, after signaling for Cross to take a look, deeply lowered his head to everyone and made the announcement.
皆様方、親方様が書斎にお呼びでございます。
Yeah, but they weren't expecting that. Everyone stunned by his words. Ava doubted even the existence of Kinzo, but that very person was summoning everyone to his room.
どういうことよ。
Yeah, she's like, yo, what kind of bullcrap is this?
知らんよ。親父殿の気まぐれは今も昔も。
Playing along, man. All according to plan. This is the part where I lead everyone to the study. And then, in front of the study, he and Natsu will specifically be told to wait.
お待ちを。旦那様と夏日様はこちらでお待ちくださいませ。
In front of the study, Genji made the pronouncement. Natsu didn't say a thing, silently casting her eyes at the floor. Seeing this, Ava smiled triumphantly.
あら、これはどういうことなのかしら。
Ava, you have no idea what you're about to get yourself into.
先に私たちに話したいことって一体何なのかしら。
わからんね。親父殿が考えることはいつだってわからんよ。
The acting on top of acting is crazy.
親方様、源氏でございます。親族の皆様をお連れいたしました。
Genji said this through the door after knocking. A farce. Beyond that door lies only a deserted room that has long since lost its master.
皆様、栄光ある後宮家の当主、金蔵様の書斎でございます。
I love this song.
くれぐれも粗相のなきようお願い申し上げます。源氏さん、
Oh man.
親父の機嫌はいいんだ。
Rough, like, hey, he's good, right? He's not gonna go snap at me.
当主様はすこぶる上機嫌でおられます。
Both Ava and Rosa were visibly relieved. But Cross and Natsu knew. The master Genji spoke of was a new master. It was that witch. Right now, awaiting them inside the study was the golden witch Beatrice. The island, the mansion he lived on, was at some point, unbeknownst, granted to the witch of the portrait as its new master. This mansion, Cross had come to believe was his home, had quickly became a very different place for him. With Genji leading, Ava and the other relatives were swallowed up by the yeah, that's his study was smelly. Slowly the door closed, and with the heavy sound of the auto lock, their existences disappeared. Quite literally. Oh, figuratively. Your job is starting not to eat. It's actually interesting though, because I don't think there was an episode where both Natsuhi and Cross survived the first Twilight. I'm trying to recall if there was. Actually, I think there was. Was it episode 3? Yeah, it was episode 3. They did survive the first Twilight together. I don't remember what happened in episode 4. No, yeah, I do remember. That's one of them died. I think it was Natsuhi. Yeah, but we had that whole, like, Cross and Kiri, like, thing going on there, like, what was up with that chemistry?
死にたくはないさ。それに私たち同様に多くの報酬が約束されている。
Cross, you don't know, man.
何しろ200億の黄金をお持ちなのだからな。
Suddenly, hearing unexpected footsteps, Cross and Natsuki went quiet. They looked and saw Kumasawa coming up the stairs. Kumasawa was also one of the witch's henchmen. They can't afford to lower their guard, but they did view her as someone they could better relate to than Genji. Makes sense.
お疲れ様でございます。
Man, she acting like this, I take it back.
旦那様方のお役目は今夜はこれで終了だそう
Yeah,
で
she's
ござい
talking
ます。
to me in this tone of voice.
彼らに
I'm not feeling that.
何の話をしているのだね。
ベアトリーチェ様のお考えは私どもには分かりません。
But you will carry out her duties, huh?
魔女殿も親父殿も気まぐれなあたりは実によく似ているようだ。
私たちはこれからどうすればよいのですか。
今夜はこのままお部屋にお戻りになり、お休みになられるようにとのことです。
Hmm.
明日からは明日からのシナリオに沿われますようにとのことです。
熊沢さん、あなたもあの魔女に買収されているわけかね。
私も命が惜しゅうございますので。
爆弾の話かね。あれは本当なのかね。本当にこの島の地下には爆弾が仕掛けられているのかね。
Uh-huh.
真実
It's probably true. I believe it.
実際に
Cross, you just said that she has the same whimsicalness as Kinzo. So with that said, that you already know. I mean, if anything, I want to try and be skeptical about it still,
これから
but
何が起こるのか
man,
聞いているのですか。
I mean, the anticipation
と
for
ある
them
方
though
を
is
驚かせるための
I'd be
大
nervous
芝居
too.
としか聞かされておりません。それ以上はご容
A
赦
certain person is going to surprise everyone.
余計なことを喋れば命はないと脅されておりますもん。
Kumasawa said, yo, I'm keeping quiet too. When Kumasawa meekly said this, she lowered her head very deeply. The buyouts from the giant pile of gold and the threat from the bomb. They really have no way to resist. This is just a giant farce, or is it the opening to some ghastly celebration of the Golden Witch's resurrection? Despite the ominous feeling they got from the thunder outside, Cross and Natsuki could only head to their respective rooms. But in their bedrooms were the new scenarios already delivered. But reading them, they knew tonight's farce will continue. The five invited to the study, Eva Hideyoshi, Rudolph Kiri, and Rosa, stood firmly at attention like children called to a ceremony. There's five people there. Is Genji also about to get murked too?
ご苦労であったな、源氏。
Everyone was surprised at hearing a woman's voice. A flash of lightning illuminated a woman's figure for an instant, which was the very figure of the person whose portrait hung on the reception hall. OST is just always great in this. So overwhelmed by the sight of the witch, they forgot to even close their gaping mouths. Ava was the first to come to her senses. Of course she was.
これは何の冗談なの？源氏、これはどういうこと？
Of course Hideyoshi would respond like that, man. Of course, man. Pro said, hey, yo, cosplay? Oh, man. Come on, they know it's serious when Genji's saying that. They are stunned by Genji's sharp words. No, that's not right. It's because the more familiar family head had casually appeared from the darkness. Okay, this took me by surprise, actually. I was expecting that. What? The ghost of Kinso? Like, what in the world? Kinso made the announcement in boistering high spirits. Of course, Kinso never really appeared. Yeah, I'm about to say, I know he didn't really appear. To those who already know that Kinso has left this world, this illusion is nothing more than a farce. Because illusions are an embellishment of the result's cause, they are merely a creative production behind known results. The results are that 5 people die in the study, and they have the other Yo! The genius in this. I love it. I love it. I love it. I like it. I like it. I was like, yo, who else is gonna be the other person? Genji? That's like, no, the one who's been. Wow, that's cool. Okay. Along with the miserable final moments, it comes a new production. I'm assuming that's what's going on. I mean, that has to be. Of course there is. Suddenly declaring this, Bito had a mischievous smile creep upon her face. Of course, there really was no way for any of them to answer such a question. Even Kinso tilted his head in confusion. He's bumping. Getting more and more confused, the relatives muttered amongst themselves. They really had no idea what was happening. Oh, she even that ningen. How we do this time? Hey, I like that she has the sisters. A new guest. Which new demon shall I call this time? Opening her grimoire, she picks randomly at the 72 noble demons. Casually flipping through the pages. The number that appears as 64. Who was 64 of the 72? Rank number 62? Yes, it has a nice ring to it. Let's go with this one. Alright, what kind of character design shall we do? Gap and Renov, and everyone have adult-like design. So this time I would try the opposite with a more childlike design. A killer with a childlike innocence, or something. Maybe it could be expressed through character design. Let's look up more about Floros. Flachan! Yes, I like the sound of it. What? Has she appearance of a leopard? Has the appearance of a man when taken human form. What? A man? The cute girl would be so much better. It's amended. Let's make her a cute girl with matching animal ears. Literally making an anime. Sakatoro has cute ears. Something similar. She's working on her OC right here. And that's the creative process right there. As Bito raised her hands up, the floor to the study shone golden, and it was whirled up all at once. It was a wondrous swarm of golden butterflies. The relatives were dumbfounded at such a beautiful scene that had lost all sense of reality. Is there like a list online of each of the 72 demons?
この荘厳さ
But that's cool.
72柱の
I was wondering about that a while ago, but
さすがは金蔵。召喚に関しては実に詳しい。そうよ。呼び出したるは72柱の大悪魔。ただ誰が現れるかはわらわにもわからぬがな。
恐ろしいやつよ。そのようないい加減な心がけで大悪魔を召喚できるのだから、その魔力にはつくづく敬服する。
as the whirlwind of the golden butterflies surged, it formed a human shape in the center of it. What kind of voice would they have? Would they talk with like a cat-like sound? After a burst apart, the great demon of the 72 pillars showed herself.
誰がわらわの召喚に応えたやら。
フラウロスであるな。
What was behind the character design for this, by the way? Like, we know what Beatrice was thinking, but...
そなたは人間離れしている。
Kinzo and Bita were having a chat, grinning and laughing. However, the other relatives were just standing still with their minds blank.
フラウロスよ。久しぶりであるな。我が召喚に応えたということ。
This is their character theme song
少な
too?
くとも今は誰の契約にも服していないということ。嬉しいぞ。そなたを味方として迎えられて。
72柱序列第64位灼熱のフラウロス
Flowers of Hellfire is here. Hey! To human eyes, she probably looked like a girl still in middle school. However, she's one of the 72 noble demons, Floros. With her terrible power, she lays waste to her summoners' enemies. Her specialty is devouring and burning them to ash, truly a demon among demons.
誰でもいいなんていい加減な召喚だったけど面白そうだからと来てみれば召喚者はまさかのあの大ベアトリー帝教だぜ。
Yo, the endless witch.
とはいえ面白いもんだぜ。
そうであるな。かつてそなたはわらわと敵対する魔女と契約していた。そなたの相手は実に骨が折れたものよ。
ま、お仕事だから仕方ないぜ。それであちしの仕事は
Yo, what's this new gig?
あちしの仕事は殺すことか壊すことだけだぜ。久しぶりだから。
Kill or destroy. And she has some fire stuff too, so... I mean, we already know what's going to happen with Kinzo's body. But... everyone's body? That'd be kind of... Burn everyone corpses?
これより第一の番の生贄に6人を殺すことを命ずる。
6人殺し了解だぜ。ここに都合よく並んでる6人をぬっ殺しちまってもいいんかね。
Crazy self, man.
そういうことか。これは私も運がない。
Ro is happy to be included. Kinzo finally understood the reason for which everyone was gathered in his study. In Bito's mind, the sacrifices of the first twilight had already been decided.
お父様、一体どういうことなんです？
To R.I.P., Ava timidly asked, but Kinzo just continued his mad laughter.
運のない奴らだぜ。さて、誰から食らってやろうかね。
Yo, who's first, man? Flora's two hands stretched to the floor. Her appearance was now not so much of a human, but of a ferocious leopard's. Ooh. Oh yeah, they mentioned that her appearance was changed. Dang! That's messed up. She really said, yo, it's all Battler's fault. They started his befuddled. Bito beat down in the shower, and then she grabbed the gun And when she stood up again, she was holding in both her hands one of Kinzo's collection of sawed-off shotguns. The relatives could only imagine the sight of her wearing a dress and holding an antique gun to be that of a... It does look weird seeing Beatrice hold a gun. Yo, I feel like I got hit. What? Man. Well, at least they couldn't imagine lead actually gushing from those muzzles. First in Ushiriomya Kinzo's study, shoot Ava, Hideyoshi, Rudolph, Kiri, and Rosa dead. The door to Kinzo's study is thick, so the sounds of the guns won't be heard easily. Kurosanatsu will already have been guided far enough away from the study by Kumasawa, and won't hear the guns firing. The tools necessary for dealing with the corpses will already be brought to the study. Flores changed into the form of a giant leopard and started by swallowing Kinzo in one gulp. Swallowing him whole served as an explanation for Kinzo not to leave at court. Yeah. It might be good to leave something like some cut-off scrap of Kinzo's robe behind in the room. Shocked by this, the relatives tried to escape the room, but they couldn't because it had been magically sealed. So in reality, Beatrice or Sayo was going off on all of them. It's like she went in there, started blasting them, headshots all around. Maybe I assume it's headshots, but an enormous leopard bellowed that as it twisted its greatly inflated belly. Maybe Kinzo, who was swallowed whole, was struggling. Maybe it was indigestion. Oh, background music, man. Flores returns to the form of a girl, rubbing her belly as it protruding like a watermelon. That's so cartoonish. Before long, her stomach retracted as she shrugs. Yep, yes, that's with the shotguns right there. No, you're dying. Ain't no joke, man. Yo, y'all better fight back. It's 5-on-1. With the door that would never be opened again, as long as the first twilight lasted behind them. Some of the relatives were banging on it, while the others were in front staring at Flores. Yeah, I'd be running through that window. I probably would die though, landing. It's like... Yeah, I'd try and fight back at least. If I can get a chance. Especially we got Genji in there too, so it's actually 2v5 in reality. Rudolph was posturing, but he was shaking and stuff. Flores approaches him on the state while laughing impatiently and licking her lips. So that's where he got shot. Ugh. Man. Contrary to the tone of the girl who had eaten a person whose nails were way too sharp. Man, poor Rudolph, man. Rudolph fell on his knees. Then with a thud and a splash, incessant spilled out on the floor from that torn up stomach. Wait, hold up. Who's here? Rudolph, Rosa, Ava, Hideyoshi. Kiri's here too? Wait, is that who's here too? Because I'm surprised. I thought Kiri would be the first one to have a reaction to that. Lines of fresh blood were drawn on the wall several times. To abide by the above scenario, the bodies were distorted, so that bullet holes were not discovered. Whole chunks of the bodies were destroyed. Jeez. Floors tore their stomachs, pulled out the entrails, and bit them off. This was also carefully reproduced. And Umineko, you never change with how gory you get with describing things. Like, I agree, Genji.
確かにこのように死体がちぎれ飛び内臓が散らばる血まみれの第一の晩は実に見事だ。エヴァの再来を思わせる残忍さであるぞ。
別に残忍なつもりなんかないぜ。私はただ命令された相手を食らっちま
Yeah,
う
this is like, yo, Ava Beatrice level, gore. Like, man. 久々のショバなんで羽を伸ばしたくてうずうずして Yo,
ます。
Flores wants to go crazy. It seems like Flores couldn't contain the throbbing delight bubbling through her entire body for having been summoned after so long. She moaned as she stretched, standing on her hands and feet like an animal, in an animal-like stance.
我が儀式にはいろいろと作法があるのでな。そなたの出番は次の第2の晩までない。
せっかく血の雨が浴びられたと思ったのにそんな肩透かしだぜ。
そなたが呼び出されるのはいつも敵の群れの真っ只中であろうからな。100年ぶりの獲物がまずはたったの6人で実に申し訳なく思うぞ。
まあ私は時間内食べ放題が大好きだけどもったいぶってちまちまと出てくる懐石料理も嫌いじゃないぜ。
Hey, she said, yeah, I can save some for dessert. I'm excited to eat some dinner after this, too.
大ベアトリーチェのフルコース楽しませてもらっちゃうぜ。
そなたが暴れてくれれば暴れてくれるほどにわらわは退屈せずに面白い。わらわもそなたが楽しんでくれることに期待している。
じゃあ第2の晩まではお役御免ってことでいいのね。
うん。それまでのんびりくつろぐがよいぞ。
じゃあしばらくあちしの好きにさせてもらうぜ。熱い雷雨を浴びながら存分に表を駆け巡りたいぜ。
I remember when I first heard this song. Anyways, Flores stood four-legged as she moaned happily with a stretch, her entire body quivering in delight. Her body slowly glowing red, she burnt brightly. Yeah, you tell them, Flores. Or Flachan.
全てを食い尽くすぜ、燃やし尽くすぜ、ぶっ飛ばすぜ。ああ、次の出番が待ちきれねえ。
A bright red light turned to white and slowly caused a giant explosion. The room splintered, everything turned white, with smoke and dust from the blast. The inside of the study was swallowed up by a torrent of blistering rain. Flores's explosion broke a gaping hole in the wall of the study.
あまり派手にしてくれるな。この部屋にそのつもりはないが。 以降は密室殺人の趣向で行くのでな。そう自由気ままに壁をぶち抜かれてはたまらんぞ。
それは悪いことをしたぜ。
So now what?
殺すのと同じくらい壊すのも大好きなもんで。焼き払うのはもっと大好きだぜ。
Yo, Flores is actually, yo, Flores returned to leopard form and, leaving behind flaming footprints, stepped out into the stormy night. From a giant hole in the wall, she landed in the middle courtyard, licking the walls and prancing about until she disappeared into the jet black sky. It seems she just couldn't help herself after being separated from the physical world for so long.
なるほど。なかなかに退屈をさせぬやつだ。
Yeah, for real, yo. She was hype.
それにしても無残なものよ。
Yeah, what are you gonna do about this hole in the wall now? What was that, an accidental gunshot? A giant gaping hole, the wreckage and dust, the storm blowing, and all made the study quite a wreck. And of course, the sacrifices with their inwards cruelly strewn about.
たまにはこのような大胆な
She
第
said,
一
yo,
の
we're gonna
番
roll
を
with it.
つなぐの
Okay.
よ
Then Cross and Natsuki were to be brought to the scene and made full witness to everything. So it would probably be good to get them a bit dusted up. Something like having them do one roll on the floor of the trashed up study should do the trick. So after the murder of the first 6, Bito sneered, "Aren't you lucky?" at Cross and Natsuki, who, since the seal had expired, managed to flee out of the door or something. After that, Cross and Natsuki rushed to call the police, but for some reason the call couldn't get through. The general outline is that they, in a panic, took the servants and rushed to the guest house. But both Shannon and Cannon can't go together, so this part will have to be done carefully. A simple story would be, Natsuki and Shannon went on ahead to the guest house, while Cross and Cannon went to get guns for self-defense, but are a bit late coming back. Shannon entered the servants' room with the terrified Kumasawa, slipped out through the window, and met up with Cross. Then for a while everyone holed up in the guest house. The children of the killed parents will probably want to see the crime scene, or start planning revenge, or find some other reason to leave the guest house. If they're really persistent, they can once more go to the study. Once again, it will be auto-locked, but it's not a problem since Genji has a key. When they see such a bizarre crime scene with the large hole in the wall, they will certainly accept that it couldn't possibly have been done by humans. It would also be interesting if there was a magic circle at the crime scene that wasn't there before. The magic circle could have been prepared several days earlier, but that's needed for Cross and Natsuki to give false if it wasn't there before. And to make it even more inexplicable, Cross or Natsuki will carry an envelope that makes a proclamation about the crime, and it will be discovered in a closed room situation. This is just an example, but something like having a room that was just confirmed locked with nothing unusual. But then, when it's re-entered, there will suddenly be a creepy letter there. It will be impossible to explain it by methods other than magic without doubting Cross and Natsuki. The first mystery argument with the meta world can be held there. Without doubting Cross and Natsuki, there is absolutely no way to see through it. But probably, he won't be able to think of anything outside of something having to do with the lock, or some kind of location-based trick based on a gap in around the door window. Yep. No, it's little small bombs, you know? But if this is a closed room in the true meaning, there isn't some mysterious culprit hiding. If I know all this in red, he can only destroy false... Wait, what was that? If I know all these things in red, he'll just give up. Yeah. He can only destroy false closed rooms. So if this room truly is a closed room, he'll go as far as, "It's magnificent," and stop thinking. And she got Battler down like a book. Certainly, in Carr's closed room taxonomies, there are listed many false closed rooms made to appear like true closed rooms. They provide enjoyment with tricks, and when thinking of how to entertain with mystery novels, it's true that tangibly unidentifiable answer, which can be reasoned out, is convenient. It's why we can't say there's no helping the fact that the vast majority of mysteries are overflowing with false closed rooms. But incidentally, this also makes for a limit on the thinking involved in the majority of closed rooms. Don't misunderstand, I'm not criticizing false closed rooms. What I am criticizing is a selection of narrow-minded humans who, because they only know false closed rooms, think it's the one and only kind of closed room mystery. Okay. However, you mustn't forget that in Carr's closed room taxonomies, there are also descriptions of methods for murder in true closed rooms too. In fact, if guarantee a perfect closed room in red, it becomes easy to reason based on H.H. Holmes' closed room taxonomies. Because saying Holmes is a little confusing, let's use his legal name, Butcher, from now on. Yeah, I was thinking Sherlock for a second. According to Butcher, closed room murders can be explained with 3 categories. To make these categories extremely clear, we've written them below. Okay, the crime was committed before the closed room was The crime was committed before the closed room was constructed. The crime was committed while the closed room was up. The crime was committed after the closed room had been destroyed. Only these 3 categories. If red says it's impossible to do it while the closed room was up, then it would be natural to think the crime was committed before the closed room's construction or after its destruction. Yep. If we were to use an incident of the sudden appearance of a letter in a closed room as an example, then the letter was placed before the closed room or after the closed room. It's just these 2 categories. Yep. With the former, you can doubt the person who confirmed its absence when they locked the room. With the latter, you can doubt the person who discovered the letter. In other words, if you base your thinking on Butcher's closed room taxonomies, you can immediately suspect that someone in the Ushiromiya family is cooperating with the culprit. And it should be clear as day who is more suspicious between the children from the guest room who confirmed the closed room, and the lone survivors of the previous tragedy, Cross and Natsu, who claimed to have been witness to a demon summoned by a witch killing their relatives. Yep. For those who see the world as a mystery, they won't be caught by this kind of deception. Because to declare, I saw a witch, I saw magic, I saw demons in this world, is the same as confessing to being brought out to play a part in the culprit's ruse. That's true. That made me think of episode 2, because the mysteries in that episode were, they had me stumped. I really like episode 2, it's one of my favorite episodes, but what a simple and cheap mystery. Probably for those people who love to read the mystery novels that have boundless respect for, they'll see right through it with a big laugh. To witness demons, even with the brazen display of fancy as proof, is to mystery the height of satire. It will no doubt get laughs. Though even if I think so, about 1 in 1,000 people might seriously believe that a witch summoned a demon. Only for that rare person can my world of fancy be sufficient. Excuse the digression. So anyway, I will confuse the foregoing matter using the meta world, decorating it with the preface of an incomprehensible incident. Yep. I follow. The target of the upcoming second target will be Shannon. With Shannon and George, we'll have it so the woman will go up to the guest house second floor while Cross and the servant men fortify the first floor. And so Shannon and George can be together. Yeah, I was thinking about who would be next for the second toilet with all the adults dead except for Natsu and Cross. I was like, okay, I know I was thinking, are they gonna be next up? But I was like, no, considering how they're accomplices, I don't think they'd be killed off that early. Possibly, but yeah, not yet. So then, yeah, only George and Shannon. If not, then it would also the other possibility would be Cannon and Jessica, but it's George and Shannon. George will probably attend to the frightened Shannon. These 2 close ones will be the target of the second Twilight. This time I'll go with a nuance of tearing apart those who are close, of tearing apart the relationship with abduction. After going to the servants' room on the first floor, Shannon will head to the bathroom. Naturally, George will come too, but of course he can't go inside the girls' bathroom. He'll wait at the entrance. This is not a single-person bathroom, but a bathroom made for those guest house, designated to be large enough to serve as several people at once. Oh, so one of those bathrooms. That's interesting. At this point, Shannon will exit through the window in the back of the bathroom. Then Kumasawa will enter, and she will lock the window Shannon escaped through. Then she'll scream to announce some kind of incident.
どうしたんです、熊沢さん。開けますよ。
Wow. George opens the door to the girl's bathroom. When he does, Kumasawa's face will be pale and she will be pointing to a stall, shaking. Kumasawa with that acting, man. Acting on point.
どうしたんですか。シャノン、シャノン。
I feel bad for George, man. Shannon went to the girl's bathroom before Kumasawa. Kumasawa's scream had conveniently only that something strange had happened to Shannon. Fearing the worst, George appeared into the stall that Kumasawa was pointing at. There was pastely thick in red, a creepy magic circle drawn on the wall like, yeah,
これは一体。
looked like paint.
シャノン。
Dun, 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 dun.
私は存じ上げません。
I don't know.
そんなはずはない。熊沢さんの入る直前にシャノンが入ったんだ。どうしていない。シャノン、シャノン。
I can't doubt Kumasawa. She wouldn't lie to me. There were 3 stalls, but all of them were empty. There was only one entrance. And since George had been there the whole time, right now Shannon should be somewhere in the bathroom. And there's only one exit. It's hard for George to imagine, but she could have left through the window in the back. However, it's locked from the inside, and he can't understand why Shannon would need to crawl out of a window in the first place. This right there, that whole thing with the window, that reminds me of an incident with episode 3, I think. But it makes no sense. This couldn't happen. Shannon suddenly disappeared, and was exchanging a creepy magic circle.
ジョージ様、そこに親方様の封筒が。
My stomach growling, I'm hungry. On the toilet in the stall with the magic circle, there was a mysterious envelope, just like the last tauntful envelope from the witch.
そんな。
Yep, this is happening, man. George picked up the envelope and violently tore it open. Saying only one single short sentence, as if assaulted by the wave of dizziness, George staggered into a wall, collapsing against it. On the second twilight, tear apart those two are close. Yo, this music is so good. Man, anyways, it's like it's distracting me from how it's nice. Okay, since I'd like to make Flores the one responsible, I want to leave some flaw-style evidence. Dun, 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 dun. Something like having the stall be hideously burned, or having traces of an explosion from inside it. Once again, they'll find weird evidence, and they'll think clearly could not be produced by human means. Regarding this, it could be prepared with leisure before the incident. The only problem is the possibility that one of the women would come to the stall bathroom beforehand. For that, the day before the incident, the bathroom on the first floor of the guest house could be out of order. So it'd be necessary to instead use the bathroom on the various bedrooms. Okay. This itself can be interesting as foreshadowing for the trick. Or if the flashy decorations were something that could be noticed from the outside. Having the stall doors closed would be all needed to keep the guests from seeing them. Then later thinking back, they can realize that no one was supposed to be in the stall during that time. That door was closed. So then, who closed that door? If the reason from no one was supposed to be there, they should be able to figure that out with the magic circle prepared beforehand. Yeah. I hope I have a lot of fun debating the second Twilight. It shouldn't be hard to suspect Shannon and Kumasawa here. We have a scenario where Natsuki comes to this conclusion and accuses the servants. This is a mystery novel gimmick. I'll use the reader's expectations that the reasoning comes from the other characters is usually wrong against them. They do that so much in the storyline, and it worked on me. By having Natsuki say something is right, it will cause them to think that it must not be so. It's a confusion technique. So after that, Natsuki and Cross will level suspicion after the servants. Of course, George and the others will object. They will insist that the other servants... Yeah. After the discourse between Cross and the servants, the decision will be to hunker down in two separate groups, relatives group and the servants group. The relatives group will stay in the guest house, and the servants group will go to the mansion. In the middle of all this, George will probably insist on looking outside for Shannon. He can look as much as he wants. He'll probably be quickly chilled to the bone by the thunderstorm, give up, and return to their guest house. Following that, all the servants will have a meeting together in the mansion. They'll reaffirm that what their next action will be. The 4th, 6th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, and 8th twilights will be closed room chain. Featuring a closed room chain that is corpses found in the... Okay, pulling that again. As long as the first closed room is on the first floor, and the others on the 2nd floor or higher, or in places outside the mansion, I can control the flow of their investigation. That's really cool. And ingenious. Bito gathered all the servants in the mansion's banquet hall to make this pronouncement. Genji Shannon, I forgot about Genji. Forgot about Goda, man. I forget he's a... Honestly, I honestly forgot about him. Genji, Shannon, and Cannon's expressions were calm, but Kumasawa and Goda's weren't. They're like, damn, we're gonna die?
こういうことは初めての経験なもので、楽しいやら緊張するやら。
Oh, I feel bad for you, bro. Goda feigned a laugh while trying to appear composed. They don't know. They don't even know what Ava and the others are really did. This is Bito's deception, made possible by her discovery of the gold. They believe the 5 victims were also paid off, and they're just plain dead. Excluding exceptions like Genji, whose most bribes are easier to manage if they aren't informed that they're involved with murder. It's case by case, though.
ではそれぞれ決められた部屋へ移動してもらおう。死体のふりは意外に疲れるぞ。疲れない格好で倒れておくことだ。
Cannon in the parlor. Genji on the 2nd floor, the VIP room. Kumasawa on the 2nd floor, Natsui's bedroom. Goda on the 3rd floor, waiting room. Shannon in the chapel. They all go to their respective murder scenes and do their makeup. From the 4th twilight on, they are all gouged up. And it's perfect because they have Dr. Nanja who could confirm their deaths. You know. They are all to be gouged with some 7 stakes of purgatory. Everybody attends to their separate tasks in their separate rooms. Genji is composed. So are Shannon and Cannon. Goda is nervous that his faking will be found out. Of course, Kumasawa would be hyped. She's like, hey!
いろいろないたずらをしてきましたけれど、こんな大きないたずらは初めてですね。
Oh man. Kumasawa was chuckling in Natsui's room.
準備はいいか、熊沢よ。
おや、ベアトリーチェ様。使用人ごときに奥様のベッドで横になるなど、もったいのうございます。
嘘をつけ。ベッドメイクの時。
Was Natsui's bed like comfortable? Wait, also, Natsui and Cross don't sleep in the same room? I feel like I said this a while ago. But I like revisiting that idea. Like, wait, hold up, what? I mean, I can sleep in separate beds. I mean, maybe one of them is a messy sleeper. I vibe with that. Kumasawa takes off her shoes and starts to get on the bed.
履いたままでよい。
奥様のベッドに土足で上がるなんて、なんだか申し訳ない気がしますね。
Oh man, I feel bad. Kumasawa was so hyped for this. Oh, Kumasawa climbed under the bed with her shoes on. Miso opened up her makeup bag.
ただ横になるだけでも長時間同じ姿勢を維持するのは疲れるぞ。
存じておりますとも。でもこれも1億円のためですものね。
Each of the servants is getting 100 million yen. In fact, it's already been sent. In a few days, bank keycards should arrive at their homes. They won't be able to receive them, but their families can. It'll be more than enough for the funeral costs. That's messed up. That's so cold. Kumasawa had been stirring restlessly, but it seems she finally found a comfortable position. It really looks like she can be killed. Is she going to jam into her skull? Like...
このような大芝居を打つベアトリーチェ様には到底かないません。
ではメイクを始めるぞ。しばらく動くな。いやいや、もうそなたは死体なのだから、当分は身動きせずにいてもらうのだが。
南條先生が出て行ったら、もう楽にしてもよいのですね。
You'll be able to rest. You'll be able to rest, alright.
研修を終えた後は、警察が来るまで部屋を封印することになっている。そうしたら、少しは楽にしてよい。
The lies.
もっとも死体なのであるぞ。賑やかな音を立てるでないぞ。
存じておりますとも。
The goofy sound effects.
これを隠しておきましょうかね。
Kumasawa hides her half-read book and bag smoked squid under the bed. What? Yeah, she said, I'm going to get comfortable.
毎日芝居が失敗したら報酬もなしなのだからな。
もちろん注意しますとも。
Oh man. During their light banter, Bito had pulled a steak from her tool bag. Kumasawa is to be gauged and killed with the steak. Oh man, that's sad.
すまんが、うつ伏せになってくれぬか？仰向けではどうも格好がつかん。
You don't want to look her in the eye while she does this. Or also, she can't defend herself. You won't gonna be. It's not going to be a problem. You're not going to be breathing much longer.
実に白々しいのだ。ちょっと試しにうつ伏せになってくれぬか？試しだ、試し。
そうでございますか？では失礼して。
長くその姿勢を保つのは苦しいか？
しばらくならなんとかなりましょうが。検視は早めに済ましてほしいものですね。
It will come soon.
しばらくそのまま。ちょっと衣装をいじらせてもらうぞ。あまりに綺麗に服を着こなされていてもリアリズムがないのでな。
Bito takes the tool from her bag. It's a twirled up, lightweight extension
ちょ
cord.
っとすまんな、通すぞ。そのまま、そのまま。
はいはい。
She coiled the extension cord around Kumasawa's neck, cross-laced it behind. She grasped the ends with both hands. Bito thumped herself into Kumasawa's back, strangling her. Suddenly, Kumasawa's throat tightened, and she could neither breathe nor scream. The extension cord wrapped around her neck was making a cracking sound from strangling her. Kumasawa looked like she was doing a flutter kick in the pool, her heavy kicks occasionally pounding the bed. And face down too, so it's even messing up her breathing even more. In complete silence, as if she thought Kumasawa some kind of bug or rodent, mercilessly wringed her neck. The scene looked as if a giant golden spider had captured some pitiful prey, was injecting its poison. And along with that, the canopy bed must also appear to be made from this strange spider's silk. This web would sometimes suddenly quiver from Kumasawa's feeble resistance. There's music too, man. And finally, Bito suddenly got off Kumasawa's back. Kumasawa didn't move a muscle. She was dead.
そなたのえぐられし部位は足首。足首を打たれてから殺されるのでは余計な苦痛が多かろう。
Done with her strangling tool, Bito grabbed her nearby rifle. Oh man. Then aiming at Kumasawa's calf, she pulled the trigger. The gunshot wasn't loud. It was like a bang sound from TV or movies. At most, it was as loud as uncorking a champagne bottle. But then the splatter of blood flies. There was blood oozing out. Oh man, the description, man! This time she was digging into the tweezer in her hands. She picked up the bullet that was just shot in the calf. Then she unceremoniously tossed it into a small vial bag she had in her large bag. Already stored in that vial bag were several bloodstained bullets.
第4と第5の番あたりは銃だけで蹴りがつくのだがな。後の晩になればなるほど面倒になる。なのでゴーダのような大男は第4、第5の番でないと。
The large Goda. I was wondering about that. How are you going to take out Goda? Like, I could see how she went about Kumasawa, but yeah, she put the stake into her calf. Using her body weight, she carefully pressed it deeper. When she let up, the stake was cleanly plunged into the calf. She was still a bit worried that it might fall out before it's discovered, but it should be enough to sustain the idea of sacrifices being gauged with stakes. And now Kumasawa, Goda, and Genji have been killed. As for Ken, who will be the first discovered, he can't lie dead yet because he still has work to do. He will take his time drawing magic circles on the doors of the crime scenes. Excuse me. The chapel is far from the mansion, so it will be searched first. There are 4 scenes to find in the mansion, but they'll have to break a window to get in since they're all locked. Other than the parlor, all the locations are on the 2nd floor or higher, so it's nearly certain that the first scene will be in the foot of the parlor. In the parlor, Cannon will be dead, and in his pocket, will be the letter. Or, will be the key? Yeah, his pocket will be the key, and in the room will also be the letter, yeah. Survivors will end up finding the corpse by following the dictated route. Okay, I'm tired of this music. Under the pretense of preserving the room to hand over the police, the crime scenes will be protected from possible investigation. Natsuki will restrain the children, and Dr. Nanjo and Cross will be the ones who go near the corpses. Jessica might try to rush the Can's corpse, so she'll require special attention. Man, finally, man, that song is...
Jessica, 落ち着きなさい。見てはダメ、入ってはダメ。なんてこった。
I was like, dang. Yeah, man.
これで使用人たちは犯人かもしれないという疑いは晴れましたね。夏日おばさん。
Drew sent a cold glare at Natsuki, who had suspected the servants and driven from them from the guest house. Oh, George mad. Remind me of Ava with that one episode too. Then again, in lots of episodes, the servants were and they were always suspected. Same thing happened in episode 1 with Natsuki said the servants have to go away. There was an awful wound on Kanan's knee and a bloody stain on the floor. There's no doubt that the culprit pierced Kanan's knee, but it's hard to think that stabbing a knee would lead to death. He was probably killed another way, but Dr. Nanjo couldn't grasp that it was with a curious explanation. True, man, true.
これまでにした方が良さそうだ。それより手紙の中に入っていた貴賓室の鍵とやらが気になりますな。
Yep, what's in that envelope? Envelope? How do y'all pronounce that?
行ってみましょう。なんということだ。彼らをゲストハウスから追い出さなければ。
They would have been alive, maybe, but.
すごい。カノン。
君たちを信じてやることができなくて。
Oh, shut up, Cross.
部下を信じることができないなんて。私は人の上に立つ資格はない。
Yeah. Anyways. Got about Maria and her crazy self.
7の番だね。膝をえぐりて殺す。
ってことは
Why the music like bump up all of a sudden? Like what?
第6はどうなるんだい。他にも少なくとももう3人殺されてるって意味じゃないのかい。
Yep.
落ち着けよ、上司の兄貴。まだそうと決まったわけじゃん。
クラウスおじさん、貴賓室へ急ぎましょう。
少し待ちたまえ。割った窓をこのままにはできない。鎧戸を閉めておこう。
せめて最後に顔だけでも。
That's about to be like, no.
わかります。でもこれ以上現場は荒らせません。犯人を必ず見つけるためにもこのままにしなくては。だからここから祈りなさい。彼の冥福を。
Huh? And so they all head to the second floor's VIP room, then to Natsui's bedroom, then to the third floor's waiting room. Meanwhile, Kanon quietly sneaked out of the parlor. If he's in position, he got a master key so he can just leave straight out the door and then lock it. Kanon even got 2 master keys, so he can leave one behind in the parlor. Of course, there is a concern that after the epitaph murders are complete, the crime scenes will all be investigated again. With that situation, so that Kanon's mission corpse won't create an inconsistency, the corporal will have to perform some kind of action that takes Kanon's corpse away. Kanon's disappearing corpse can become the trigger for another mystery. Kanon headed toward the chapel and met Shannon. Then he gave his master key to Shannon.
お疲れ様。守備はどう？
ただ寝てるだけさ。
Huh.
こんなの肥料の袋を運ぶ仕事より簡単さ。ご苦労であったぞ、カノン。これでそなたはお役御免だ。
The iconic trio.
ベアトリーチェ様。じゃあね、姉さん。また次のゲーム版で。
また次のゲーム版。
そなたであるぞ。
はい。心得ております。
I shall.
そなたには第4の番を与えること
Please
にする。
do.
これが最も慈悲深い番だ。
ありがとうございます。
De nada. Beatrice and Shannon entered the chapel. Yeah, we gotta put your body somewhere. Between the stained glass and the altar in front of it, there was a crevice with no more than 20 centimeters wide. Wait, what? Stop. Go back. The crevice was sufficiently deep. Oh. Kanon had, in advance, appeared a metal dumbbell. Okay. And then she carefully tested hanging and lowering the dumbbell into the crevice. It went in with no problems. The weight of the dumbbell was ideal.
どうだ？問題ないか？
はい。十分です。問題ありません。
では先に杭の化粧から始めよう。そなたの杭は血で汚すことが難しいのでな。
Oh, okay. She pulled some painting materials out of her bag. It's the exact same stuff used in movies and the like. And so she applied blood makeup to the end of the stake.
こんなものか。そちらの準備はどうだ？
Actually, I did know someone who's actually really good at doing makeup art like that.
こちらも準
Like
備
they would have like their Halloween costumes and be like that, like a bolt like stuck in their head. I was like, dang, what happened to you? And they're like, no, it's just a costume, man. And I was like, whoa, that's some crazy makeup. Like, man, I don't know how they pulled that off. But Shannon tied the pistol to the end of the rope opposite. Wait. End of the rope opposite to that of the dumbbell. Okay. And then she carefully lowered the dumbbell into the crevice between the altar and the stained glass window. You know, like, effects artists, like, that's some cool stuff. Anyways, the middle of the rope was caught against the corner of the altar. Since the dumbbell was heavier than the pistol, as soon as she lets go, everything, the gun and all, will be pulled into the crevice.
うまく落ちそうか？
問題ありません。
Shannon hands the pistol tied to the rope to Bito, and Bito hands Shannon the fake bloodied stake. Shannon gently presses the stake against her own forehead. Bito puts the pistol into Shannon's forehead, aligning it with the stake.
ないのか？
ありません。すべてはベアトリーチェ様のおぼし飯のままに。
残念であるぞ。誰かが碑文の謎を解けたなら、そなたも死なずに済んだものを。
解けるわけがありません。あれほどの難解な謎が。
He ain't lying.
望みのない賭けでした。
It was a crazy gamble.
わらわはかけたのだ。それでもかなり
Still having that hope, but yeah, hoping there would be a miracle, but
この毒素に満ちた人間の世界には魔法も奇跡もありません。ベアトリーチェ様、あなたこそが唯一の魔女にしてこの世に魔法を権限できる唯一の存在なのです。
そうだ。我こそは黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェ。
Quite interesting conversations as though between, you know,
次にそなたが目覚め
Shannon
る
and
時、
Bito, you know,
そこは黄
the
金鏡だ。
self
そこにはそなたの
in
愛
her
するジョー
conversation.
ジもいる。
ありがとうございます、ベアトリーチェ様。
It was a weak sound, but inside the chapel, where only wind and rain could be heard, there was a faint echo. Shannon was tranquilly looking up at the ceiling when she suddenly collapsed like a puppet that had lost its strings. Bito lets go of the pistol in her hand. When she does, the pistol, pulled by the heavy dumbbell, is swiftly swallowed up by the darkness of this crevice, disappearing with a heavy metallic clank. All that's left in front of the altar was Shannon's body, with a bloody forehead, and strewn on the floor beside her, a stake for gauging sacrifices. Dang. Ooh, pretty strip. Okay, I like the song. That's exactly what it looks like. And with another wave of her cane, golden butterflies took the shape of an envelope placed next to Shannon. Inside was entrusted the first key, the key to the parlor. And so the closed room chain is complete. The 5 people with their master keys and keys to the successive room were all locked in their own closed rooms. With another wave of her cane, she left a letter inside the envelope. And it said something about Candace Cork being borrowed as another sacrifice for the ceremony. And so they were rushed back to the parlor. But at that time, the parlor would have long been completely empty, yep. They would never be able to see the face of Candace's corpse again.
さあ、これで非分連続殺人は終了であるな。どうであるか、バトラー。
If only it was solved.
楽しんでくれると良いのだが。
Wow. Wow. For the story concerning the disappearance of Can's body, I'll attribute to it by already summoned Flores. Okay. Even after Can's death, his soul will battle against Bito and Flores. Okay. But it will be useless. He'll lose, and what's more, his corpse will be swallowed up by Flores. Something like that. Okay, so that'd be an epic magic battle we get to see? Okay. And with that, this game's epitaph serial murder incident comes to a close. All that's left is to rewrite it into a fantasy story with Thurs as the culprit. Ah, man.
今のところはそんなものである。
Okay.
ここから読み物としての体裁を整えていくのが一番骨が折れるのだ。表の物語と裏の物語。これを一致させつつ読み物として充実させるの
I
は
think it's really
実に
cool.
苦労する。
I really like
トリックを考え出すのと同じ。
that writing is
それ以
wow,
上にな。
high level.
そして
Like a lot of thought has to be put into that, like between what the magic and the
あ
real
なたの物語は何とも
real side of things, you know.
そうであるな。わらわは常にミステリーの物語と
Yep,
ファンタジーの物語
a fancy and mystery story. Like wow.
にもかかわらず公開されるのはその一方の物語だけだ。それは例えるなら牛より最も上質なる肉をわずかだけ切り出し美味なる料理として残りはすべて捨ててしまうかのような贅沢だ。
贅沢な例えです。しかし惜しくもあるのではないですか。
惜しい。
Regrets? The donor looking sad with that. Man, both of them. The donor had returned the bundled manuscript to Bito. Bito had replied back as she was arranging it on the desk.
あなたは倍の物語を描き、その上辺の半分だけを料理します。贅沢に捨てられた残り半分を知る者は、その味と大胆な切り捨てに驚きと称賛を送るでしょう。しかし、世の中の人間すべてがあなたの望むほど舌が肥えているとは限らないのです。
Huh.
そういう輩も時にはいるであろうな。
あなたはそれを1000人に1人と記しましたが、おそらくは逆です。1000人に1人を除いて全ての人間はあなたが本当に読んでもらいたかったにもかかわらず、切り捨てて葬った残り半分の物語を察することもできないに違いないの。
They won't see the full, the full picture.
良いではないか。
Said, hey, someone at least read
贅
it.
沢に上辺のみを切り取って物語とした読み物だ。ならばその読み手も1000人に1人を除いて全てを切り捨てるというのもなんとも贅沢で良いで
That's
は
one
な
way
い
to
か。
look at it too.
それであなたは良いのですか。
But yeah, are you happy with that still? I mean, you can say it's extravagant and all, but are you happy with it?
ために書くのです。
Are you satisfied?
誰にも読まれることのない物語を書き、自ら闇に葬るなど、贅沢の極みを超えて愚かしくさえ思えるのです。
良いではないか。1000人の999人に理解できるように記したものが文書と呼ばれるなら、1000人の1人にしか理解できない我が物語は奇書と呼ばれるにふさわしい魔女の描く物語なのだ。
Yeah, paint by which, yeah.
奇妙な味たる奇書で良いではないか。
私の役目は戒律を用いてその奇なる物語を万人に理解できるようにすることです。
そういうことだ。
So I gotta make it understandable so people can get this.
本当はそなたの手に委ねたくはない。
Maybe it's too tough.
あなたの考えは分かりました。999人に理解できるようにはできませんが、せめてあと1人。
At least one person.
手伝いをできるかもしれません。
手伝いとは何か。
この未完成の原稿をいつの日にか公開したいのです。
Well, what do you know?
わらわが料理に使い捨てた腹綿をわざわざゴミ箱より引っ張り出そうというわけか。
Going back to them guts, man. That was a nasty, like, analogy they used in the beginning with them cat guts. Like,
それはあなたの本
ugh.
心とも思えません。
Why do they say cat guts too? Why a cat's guts?
その一人さえ現れぬ可能性もあるわけだからな。自分の胸の内を誰かに理解してほしいと願うのは恋する少女だけではない。千年を経た魔女とてそれを願うのだ。
そして少女はわざと難解な言葉でそれを語り、たった一人の王子の迎えを待つ。
そういうわけだ。
That's the story.
わらわも長い月日をかけてなんともややこしい物語を書き上げたものよ。
もしその王子が現れないとき、私があなたへ導く道しるべとなりましょう。
Hey, that's nice of you, Delnor.
であることを保証するノックスの実会か。そんなものが果たしてわらわへの道しるべとなるの。
Hey, have some hope there, Beatrice. Have a little bit of hope.
それでも足りなければ、この未完成の原稿を公開し、あなたの世界への鍵とします。
なんとも恥さらしな話だ。告白する勇気もない小娘が友人に代弁させるかのようではないか。
Huh. It's such an anime thing I'm thinking of with that.
よかろう。この原稿をそなたにくれてやろう。
Appreciate it. Bito faced this way, and leaving a trail of smoke with it, tapped the bundled manuscript with her pipe. When she did, the manuscript bundle curled up, and bottle blinked into existence around it, sealing it inside. She tossed it to Delnor.
そなたの好きにせよ。ただし、条件が一つだけある。
What's that?
何でしょ
う。わらわの生あるうちに、その封を解くことを許さぬ。
それでは、この原稿によって真実にたどり着いた人々があなたに答えを告げられません。
わらわの待つ王子はその原稿を読まずに至ったもののみだからだ。猫の腹を裂いた後では
One cannot love a cat after tearing out its guts.
そのボトルを開けるとはすなわちわらわの腹を裂くも同じことだからだ。
Huh.
わかりました。そのようにいたしましょう。願わくば、この原稿によってあなたの墓に参る者が現れることを心より祈ります。
どうだかな。かけらの海の魔女諸剣は実に冷淡であるぞ。わらわの墓に参る者が仮にいたとして唾を吐きかけるだけであろうがな。
Talking about what's her face? Birkenstell?
あなたもまた彼女たちを愛するべきなのです。あなたのもとにとってあなたに愛がなければ見えないのです。
これは一本取られたぞ。そなたの勝ちだ。さあ、そのボトルを手土産に帰るがよい。わらわはまだ死なぬ。書き終えねばならぬ物語はまだまだ長いのでな。
She said, "Yo, I got a bunch of ideas."
これで失礼します。お元気で、大ベアトリーチ。
Hey, thanks. Thanks for coming to chat and hang out for a bit.
愛ある魔女のことをどうかお忘れなく。
そうであるな。それをそなたの置き土産と思い受け取ることにする。ロノウェ、客人のお帰りだ。玄関まで見送るがよい。その後、わらわにはもう一度紅茶を。久しぶりに甘いミルクティーを飲みたくなった。
かしこまりました、お嬢様。
As a result of Lady Beatrice's death, I am releasing this incomplete tale in accordance with her will. In reading this work, I was reminded of her long years of sadness and couldn't hold back my tears. But at the same time, I felt pity for her. Although she was searching for someone who had love, I am sad to say that ironically her heart was filled with anger at those who did not. She once told me that it was fine if her story only reached one person in 1,000. However, that was wrong. Out of those thousands of people, she wished her story would reach even one more person. If you asked her, she would surely laugh and deny it, but those were, without question, her true feelings. In the beginning, I was uncertain about releasing this manuscript. I thought that I should hide it, so as to preserve her mystery for the 1 in 1,000 savior she spoke so often about. But as I read and reread it, I began to realize that the manuscript was a message with no destination address. It was a wish that even she never realized she had. But now I understand it, and I think it should be granted. That's the reason I decided to release this incomplete manuscript. After you read this, it doesn't matter what your feelings toward the woman named Beatrice are. Whether it's love or anger. But if you can, try to reach your feelings buried in the deepest parts of the story. She said that she wrote 2 stories and revealed 1. However, that was also wrong. She wrote 3 stories and revealed 1. By reading this incomplete manuscript, you will know of those 2 stories. I would like you to reach the 3rd and final one with your own power. As another woman, I strongly wish that those reading this work, without love it cannot be seen. Those are her words, but I shall repeat them. Love exists in everyone's hearts. Her true tragedy was that she could not see that. My deepest thanks goes out to everyone who helped me with this compilation of this book. Especially to my assistant. Oh, some more music. Wow. What a dang. That's really hit me in the feels in the ending, man. Jeez. It's really, I don't know. I go back to thinking about the writing of the storyline, and I could go on and on talking about, like, how, like, they forged, like, locked rooms, or even the murderers, even, like, the plot line itself from start to end, from end to start even. But the fact of the amount of time put into each of the characters, especially Beatrice's character, since, wow, I mean, even her character or characters, if we want to go there too, is so intricate and tragic. I remember when we read Confessions of the Golden Witch. That right there was, oh man, that was so. I don't know. I don't know what the best way to word it. I mean, tragic is one, but I don't know. It's like you're still completing. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like what they said here in the end of this. Without love, it cannot be seen. Or even the fact that it's like we see it's like 2 stories that we went through, but there's still the 3rd one as well. That you have to, it's your own. You have to search for like your own answer kind of thing. I don't know how to word this well. I'm bad at wording this. It's like one of those things where I think about it and then write it down and then explain it. But in the end, this was really great. Our confession. I don't know. Dang, it's making me teary eyed right now. I'm over here holding back some tears. Like, man, I don't know, that whole like epilogue or that monologue in the ending just. Man, I don't know. That just made me think about some things with the storyline. Like, man. Let's switch screens. Let's go back to here. Jeez, I don't know. I don't know. It just made me think about things a little differently with this whole storyline, or even more so about Beatrice's character. Because currently, I'm reading the manga. I'm currently starting episode 3 right now. And I know that's when we dive more into Beatrice's character. I mean, especially, going to some of the stuff there. I know that episode 4 as well. But I mean, like, from episode 3 on forward, I feel like that's when we dive more into, like, Beatrice, essentially. But, yeah, anyways, I'm looking forward to whenever I upload my review video of Umineko, which will probably be next month or next week and a couple weeks, because I'm planning on reviewing each episode. Or not really reviewing, but giving my thoughts about the scenarios that happen throughout the episode, as well as the characters and stuff. I don't want to call it, I don't want to say it's a retrospective type. I mean, it's somewhat retrospective, but not really. Commentary based, somewhat. I don't know. Either case, I'm looking forward to whenever that comes up. I'll have my next stream on Tuesday. Oh yeah, it says it right on the bottom. It says it right here. 9/19. My next stream will be then. I'll be checking out what's next in Saku. Last Notes of the Golden Witch. That might be a 2-part stream because that looks long. We'll probably do like a 2-part stream, so it'll probably be Tuesday and Friday, because I'm going to be busy that Thursday. But either case, that's probably might be my last week of having some Umineko stuff on the channel. Then after that, I'm probably going to jump into Ciconia. I want to check out Witch on the Holy Night. I'm going to finish up Danganronpa 2. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back to streaming for the last couple months of this year. Since it's been months since I haven't done any visual novel streams or anything. I haven't felt like streaming. That's another thing. I just haven't felt like streaming that much. And now I'm just been like, lately I've just been like, yo, I want to get back to streaming, doing some stuff, So, yeah. Anyways, look forward to stuff on the channel. Oh, another thing. I also wanted to check out the Umineko. I might record this on my own. I don't know if I might live stream this over on Twitch. I do want to check out the Umineko anime. I know it's trash. I know it's not well looked upon. Let me not say it's trash. I haven't watched it yet, so I'm taking what other people have said about it. But I know it doesn't have a positive outlook. Let me word it that way. I know it's not positively looked upon by the community. But I do want to check it out. I'm curious about it. And I know that there's also the Umineko stage play. I know they're currently doing episode 2. They're doing that in Japan. But if you did not know, episode 1 of the stage play, which is on DVD, someone actually uploaded the whole thing on YouTube, and they also have a fan translation to it. So I think about maybe doing a live stream of that one day. I don't know how long the stage play is. I downloaded it, actually. Because in case it got taken down from YouTube. But I know someone had a video of that a while back when I was checking out Umineko, and that got taken down. But how long is it? I'm trying to find it on my screen. Oh yeah, here it is. How long is this? Ooh, that's 3 hours. Okay, that's probably gonna be a 2-part stream as well. Yeah, I'll see. I might record something for that. I don't know. I'll see what happens. Either case, I'm gonna be finishing up some stuff with Umineko. We're gonna be doing some other streams. I started playing Fate Go on the channel. Have some anime live streams as well here and there. I might start with Umineko anime, then I might transition to some other stuff. Yeah, I also plan on doing some podcasts too. I'm planning on starting a podcast next week, so yeah, keep an eye out for that. It's gonna be a pre-recorded podcast, and I'll just upload it to YouTube. I might live stream it one day, maybe, depending on how big it grows. There's some stuff I want to do on the channel recently. Some more things I'm creatively driven towards, if that makes sense. Doing some live streams, doing some review videos, doing the podcast, doing some anime reacts as well. I enjoy not doing as much as I used to, because I know last year I kind of I think I burnt out myself last year between live streaming and then checking out doing 10 uploads of a show weekly. That burned me out. So I enjoy doing less shows now. And maybe reviewing them via podcast or something like that. I don't know. I enjoy doing stuff like that. But as you can see, I'm chatting. I'm still talking with you. I wanted to end the stream 2 minutes ago, but I'm still talking. But yeah, I plan on having a bunch of content out soon, everyone. So keep an eye out for some stuff. Follow me on my socials, even though I'm not active on any of them. I'm active on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. I actually am really active on Twitter, everyone, if you wanted to follow me there. MAL. I have a Annie list profile as well. I need to add that here. Patreon, full uncut reacts to shows I'm checking out. Some stuff I also don't have on YouTube. I don't even use TikTok, to be honest. I haven't opened up TikTok in a year. Twitch, gaming channel. I want to get back to the stuff on the gaming channel. I'll have some stuff there eventually. Probably next month I might have some horror gameplays and stuff. But yeah, anyways, that's all I gotta say. Have yourself a nice night. Thank you for those who tuned in for this, whether you're checking this out live right now or maybe in the future. And yeah, hopefully I see you in the next stream on Tuesday. And yeah, anyways, see you later. Have a nice night or day. That's all I gotta say. Okay, see you. Let's end this. Oh man.